Welcome back to another episode of the Easy Convo. I'm joined again by my co-host, Mr. Zaid Dejani. How we doing today, champ?
Oh, I'm excited for this one, man. I'm excited.
Nah, definitely. We were obviously talking before the pod, man. This is a very special guest, um, Bennett Stirtz, somebody whose life reflects, discipline, humility, a lot of faith, man. We're very excited to get into this conversation for sure.
Yeah, man. Today we're sitting down with obviously, like he said, Bennett Stirtz. Snap it up for Bennett real fast. Get some snaps. Right, all right, all right.
Hey guys.
Bennett, as most of you know, Iowa Steady's high IQ point guard, a competitor who plays the game the right way. But beyond the court, Bennett is a man rooted in Christ, someone who serves his community back home in Liberty, Missouri. And Bennett, bro, we gotta ask you. Word on the street, bro. He told me that you be cutting grass during the summers. Is that still true?
Man, I actually went back Easter weekend and got 20 yards done.
20
Easy
yards.
work. Easy work. Come on.
It is great.
Is that a little side hustle, a little side business, or what?
Oh, you know it. I started in third grade and me and my brothers just kept it up, built it, and I don't know, it's fun. Puts me in the right headspace, so I love going back.
Man, anyone that needs their grass cut in the Liberty area, make sure you hit up Bennett.
You know where to go.
No, no,
You know
let's
where to
go. I
go.
love it.
Like Zayd said, obviously we're joined by Bennett Stirtz today. Today we're going to be diving into his journey, the summers, the fall, the spring, all the grinds that go into the basketball season, the preparation that nobody sees. What it's like for playing like what it's like for playing for greats like Roger Sturtz, and obviously the great Ben McCullum. And beyond basketball, we'll talk about life, we'll talk about relationships, a perspective of a young 22-year-old man, and then honestly, what his purpose is in his life and what God's calling him to do. Um, Bennett, obviously, we hope this is an easy convo for you, brother. I'm stuttering over my words, man. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. It's gonna be fun.
Man, let's do it. Just to start up now, for those who listen who may not know, you, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Yeah, from Liberty, Missouri, so it's right outside Kansas City, and just grew up there, lived there my whole life, and then kind of had a crazy college journey and started at Northwest Missouri State. So I was there for 2 years, and then followed my coach, Coach McCollum, to Drake my junior year, and then followed him to Iowa for my senior year, and just finished the season out, and now we're here.
100%, man. Growing up in Liberty, Missouri, man, when did you realize that when playing basketball and things like that as a kid, and obviously you mentioned you have brothers and stuff like that, when did basketball for you become less of a hobby and something fun to do and turn into a love?
Yeah, it was probably when I got to middle school. In elementary school, I was kind of just like hanging out with my friends, playing all the sports, and then I quit football and baseball in fifth grade year, and then I just had basketball. So that's kind of when I started taking it serious.
For sure. And a lot of people, Kansas City's an underrated area on the hoop scene. Do you remember some of those tougher matchups growing up, that built that competitive nature in you?
Yeah, unfortunately, they got the best of me, but Staley, man,
I knew
that
where
was
this was going.
a rival, and I think I beat them like twice in my career. I was probably like 2-5 against them. I don't even know, maybe even worse than that, but I don't know. I just remember those battles growing up. It's just super fun, packed out gyms. No, no, none from the Kansas side though. I just think Missouri is just way better.
It's always hard to remember. It's always hard to remember those Kansas guys, but that's okay. That's okay.
Hey, didn't the Kansas from Missouri game? Didn't
I do
Kansas?
remember that. Yeah,
Kansas, if I
Kansas
remember right.
beat us.
I didn't play in that. Oh, I didn't play in that. I was hurt, but I just remember that.
You know, I don't remember that game. I don't remember that game. I'd have to go back and check that out, Zay. You might have to send me that link or something. I don't know if I don't remember playing that game, but Benny, you said you played football and baseball growing up, man. What was the back and forth dilemma in terms of just did you realize that like, man, okay, I want to stick with basketball, or were you just kind of like seeing what you like the most? What was that mindset for you like then?
Honestly, just seeing what I like the most. I quit baseball pretty early. I just thought it was so boring. Like it was so slow for me. So that I really didn't like playing that. My parents made me do that, and then I never played tackle football. Wanted to, but just played flag and quit that because we didn't have a team anymore. So only other option was basketball, and luckily it worked out for me.
100%.
Like, who were you running with in middle school and high school? Were you on the same AAU team as E or A1 place for
Oh,
home?
I only played AAU for 2 years,
Oh
so
wow.
I was just the boys in Liberty. So shout out Luke Stubbs, Spencer Blaine, Carson Milbrandt, so all those guys.
100%, man. And for those who don't know, like obviously having a unique upbringing in terms of basketball and how your college career is shaped out. Before we get into that a little bit, let's talk about high school and things like that, man. Playing for um, Roger Sturtz, this is Bennett's dad. I'm talking about here. What is that dilemma like? Like playing for your father, the expectations that may come behind that. Like how did that experience help shape you into not only playing for Coach Mack when you get to college, but just during that time?
Yeah, honestly, it prepared me for it. Just as a little kid, I remember going to practices and stuff like that. So I just grew up around the game, and honestly, I think he was a great dad and coach. He had this rule like at home I'm your dad, but on the court I'm your coach. So I really liked that and how he treated me off and on the court. But I really think he made me prove myself because as a freshman, being a coach's son, you kind of like are favored and stuff like that. But I didn't get moved up to varsity until sophomore year. So I think it was the right decision, and he just showed me out and my work ethic and stuff like that. I've told this story before, but I was freshman year in high school and super lazy, hanging out with the wrong people, and we get to the school at like 7 o'clock, and this dude's shooting and getting shots up day after the season, and I just walk past him and go to class and get on my computer, and class is in the gym. So about 30 minutes later, my dad comes out and just chews me out. He's like, "What are you doing? This isn't what you're gonna do to get to the next level," stuff like that. So that's really what instilled my work ethic and stuff like that. So he really pushed me, and after that, got up every day before school and shot at 6 a.m. So got to thank him for that, and just thank him for pushing me and keeping me working hard.
Man, bro, was it Jay Lou, our previous
Dude, it
guest?
wasn't. It was Kellen Goodwin.
Ah,
Jay was getting in the gym,
Oh man.
but Kellen
Kellen
Good.
Goodwin. I got a crazy story about Kellen Goodwin. Shout out to bro. I think it was junior year, Kellen Goodwin with a 30-point eruption to beat the Staley Falcons. And I think it was the sectionals.
Yep.
It was sectionals or whatever.
That's the only win I remember.
Oh my goodness. He looked like Kevin Garnett mixed
He was the
with
buck in that
Kevin
game.
Durant out there, man.
Shout out Kellen.
For real, for real.
sure. Man, bro, let's talk about your recruitment a little bit coming out of high school. You say you played AAU for 2 years. Time to talk about that process for you, and how you ultimately ended up at Northwest Missouri State to start.
Yeah, I didn't hit my growth spurt until like junior year of high school, so I wasn't that good. Didn't have plans of playing college basketball. None of my brothers played college basketball, so like it wasn't like a plan for me. And then junior year, I played AAU before my junior year as COVID, but um, Chris McCabe offered me, and he really believed in me and saw a lot of potential. So that really helped my confidence, just getting my first offer. And then after my junior year, Northwest came, offered me after we made it to the state championship, and unfortunately, that's where the offers ended. I don't know why. I don't know if Division One coaches didn't see me or anything like that. But it worked out in the end, and ended up going to Northwest.
It was the huddle. They weren't like getting the videos from huddle.
Yeah,
I don't know either. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, man, obviously like we've shared some experiences in the past, Bennett, of playing together and things like that and playing against each other. And like the recruitment scene in Kansas City is kind of it's it's an interesting pool to say the least, man. Like it's you don't know what you're gonna get. You could be a highly touted player or and still not receive the love that you feel like you could. And also you could be a very mediocre player and get way more love than you really should receive. So it's kind of like uh I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but it's kind of like you're where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. You know what I mean? And you obviously were where you were supposed to be with Coach Mack. And what was it? What was it like that first year playing for Coach Mack? I mean, obviously there was already a culture established when you get there in terms of championship culture and a winning culture. And what was that like that first year when you got there?
Yeah, it was insane. I think I got there and they won three straight or two straight national championships, and they just came off losing to Duke by like 6 points. So like coming in there, I was like in shock, like dang, these guys are good. And yeah, just in shock and the workouts and stuff like that. And it was really a culture shock. It's definitely different than high school, and like everyone's talking. Dudes are just obviously bigger, faster, stronger, so just gotta get used to that. But I just remember like the workouts and just how I've never been pushed in workouts before, and then just going freshman year of college and just puking in trash cans and stuff like that after workouts, and just seeing like Diego Bernard or other guys not even like break a sweat in these workouts and be like, dang, I got a lot to work on.
Hmm.
Yeah, bro. I gotta ask you, bro. Like Ben McCollum, he's got dudes playing. He plays first of all. Anytime we play, you guys were rocking with like six dudes
Six guys,
max.
bro. That's it.
What has he got you guys doing in the off season? Get dudes playing full 40 minutes and like honestly not losing. You know the intensity you guys play with throughout the whole season with basically six guys. What do you got you guys doing, bro? I gotta know.
Yeah, it's honestly nothing special. It's just you start super early. So like it's honestly different because in D2 you don't have the summer
Hmm.
and in D1 you do. So we kind of switch it up from the Northwest days and just gradually getting more and more intense. But D2 you got right after it for those, I don't know, it was like 8 weeks. And it's conditioning 3 days a week, and they're probably the toughest drills I've done. Probably the most famous one's the 20 and 20, and I don't know if you guys heard of that, but it's a suicide and a down and back in 1 minute, and you got 20 of those, and you can't start the next one until the next minute, so you like can't go ahead. It sounds easy, but it's so hard, and that's the one that got
No,
me the most.
I can only imagine, brother.
no. I think Zay kind of hit it on the head with that one to give a bit of perspective. Like obviously, both of us being former Washburn athletes, the standard bearer at the time was the Northwest Missouri Bearcats. So like when you're saying 20 and 20, like I think ours was 2022s of just the double down and back in 22 seconds and 20 of those. So like obviously that preparation and that intensity is there, like you were talking about early on in the year. But personally for you, what would you say for as a piece of advice for any young player coming into college their first year on how to maybe prepare themselves or maybe to flip a mentality per se?
Yeah, I think it's not coming in with too much confidence and that you got to prove yourself. I came in my freshman year not thinking I was going to play, and you just got to keep your head down and stay working and not try and impress the coaches, nothing like that. You just got to play your game, and I think that's what I did. I didn't try and impress anyone. I just played my game, and I don't know, maybe you just got to be in the right spot. You got to be picky with what college you choose, but you really can control what you can control, and that's all you can do.
Definitely, bro. And you would have came in the year when another Northwest legend, Trevor Hudgens left. Was that your first year at
Yeah,
Northwest?
first year. Yeah, first year without him.
Definitely, bro. And you were running the point as a freshman starting. Is that correct?
Yep.
Bro, what was that? What was that like for you? How did, Coach McCollum get you, acclimated into, being a team leader as a freshman so fast?
Yeah, I was honestly a super quiet kid freshman year because we had Wes Streamer, Diego, who were just talking. So I probably needed to be a lot better my freshman year with that. But yeah, it was just watching a lot of film and me growing throughout the year. I didn't start my freshman year until like 10 games into the season. So we had Isaiah Jackson too. So it was he made me a lot better in practices. Just him destroying me on defense. So I don't know. I think it was just the competition that we all had. Super talented group, super talented team. A lot of guys probably should have been D1 on that team. So we were just battling every day. I think that's what made me better.
100%. When you speak on more of a personal level here, Bennett, like obviously you see we can touch on like the William Jewell runs and all of those things, but personally for you, each offseason you're taking a major jump from your freshman year to your sophomore year to obviously junior year and now our senior year. what are you doing personally each of those years in the offseason to separate yourself from the other players you're playing against?
Yeah, I don't take a lot of time off. I take care of my body. I don't go out and party or drink or anything like that. So I think that helps. That helps me out. And then just getting into the gym, I think that helps out a lot too. It's kind of cliche to say, but just getting those reps in and not taking a day off. Like I took a week off after this season, and then now it's time to get going for the NBA Combine and draft. So um, you can take some time mentally and stuff like that, but honestly, I just like to work hard, and I think the work is the win.
Hmm. Believing in your disciplines, man, that's real.
Yep.
100%.
100%. Before we transition, from your sorry for the background noise. Before we transition from, when you're at D2 and you made the jump to the D1 level, what was like a notable memory for at the D2 level? Was it winning like the MIAA championship, the conference, or do you have a most notable moment at the D2 level?
Going down to Rogers.
Probably beating Washburn. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I think the most fun was like just going to KC for the MIAA championships. I think Municipal is a really cool venue to play in, and I don't know, it was a cool atmosphere. We had a lot of Northwest fans and stuff like that. So I think that was the best time. Unfortunately, we didn't have that much success in the tournament, so I never got to go to like Evansville or anything like that. So yeah, I think the conference championship was the best thing.
Man, bro, Northwest was always coming deep at the conference
Yeah, I
tournament.
know. It was unfair.
You
It was
look
a great.
around and all you see is green. You just see green everywhere.
So many Northwest KC guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
When you take that jump after your sophomore year from Division 1 or Division 2, my apologies, to now Division 1, and now you're at Drake. What's your mindset going into to this first year at Drake?
Honestly, my mindset was trying to play. I didn't think I'd have a year like I did. But honestly, it just is a testament to how good the MIAA was.
Mhm.
Like a bunch of the teams in the MIAA when we were playing, or even this year, can compete in the Valley, and I really believe that. So yeah, it's just a testament to that conference. But yeah, I think the other three Northwest guys that came with really helped me out. I don't know if I could have done it by myself, just creating a culture and stuff like that. And like I said, just coming in as a freshman to Northwest, having the same mindset and not being too confident, but be confident in your abilities enough that you can believe to hoop with these guys. And then I think my confidence and the team's confidence really grew after we played in the Charleston tournament. We played Miami, Vanderbilt, playing Power Five teams, and just know that we can hang with these guys. I think that's what kind of launched us that year.
Definitely. And, when you made that transition, was the prep any different leading up to the season, while you're at Drake, or was pretty much the same stuff you were doing at Northwest?
Same stuff. The only thing different was that we had a summer, so it was a lot longer, a lot harder.
Definitely.
Um,
And I'm curious, all of Coach McCollum's team, everyone seems bought in. Got a lot of unselfish dudes that, don't care about who scores the points, it's about winning. And how does Coach McCollum, get everyone to buy in, right when the guys get there and throughout the season?
Yeah, it starts off with the recruiting process. He's super picky, passes on a lot of guys who are really good, and he's going to continue to do that his whole career. He's done a great job with that and getting the right guys. So I think that's the start. And then even if you're not when you first come in, you can just see there's 5 to 10 other guys who don't care about their individual stats. You start to become like them. So I don't know, you are who you are around the most. And I really believe that. So I think that's where it comes from. So I think that's why just culture is so important.
That shows the consistent growth from each level that you play at, and obviously the consistent output that Coach McCullum continues to have year after year after year. But now we take this jump from Drake to the Big Ten, and that is a completely different beast. I personally was saying this all year. I thought Big Ten basketball was the best basketball played in college basketball this year. Um, what is that? What is that summer like for you? What's that preparation like leading into your first year in the Big Ten?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the same jump from D2 to D1, but it definitely wasn't. Um, Second, I committed, got in the transfer portal. You just have the whole spotlight on you. You have the media, bunch of fans. Like it's a different fan base. Like there was 4,000 students at Drake, and now there's 30,000 at Iowa. So um, I think the biggest change was just like walking around in public and people saying "What's up?" and "Go Hawks" to you. So I think that was the biggest change and most difficult thing, just with my mindset and trying to keep my headspace right, um, and trying to be as humble as I can, and then also just trying to be a leader. So the summer was really about establishing a culture because we lost all the Northwest guys. So that was a change, and just coming in, new guys that I haven't met before, and just trying to be a leader for them and trying to show them what it takes to win. It was a process for sure. Failed, made mistakes, the whole process, but super fun year.
Definitely. When you came in, to Iowa, were you expecting to have similar success that you as you did at Drake, or did you feel have there any have my apologies, I can't talk. Any ever have any doubt in your mind? I'm struggling, bro. You ever have any doubt in your mind about making this jump to the Big Ten basketball?
Personally, I didn't know what my teammates were going to be like, because I've never seen them play before, so I didn't know how good we were going to be. But then once we started working out in the summer, I knew we had a shot to be good if we all bought in. It took us a while, but luckily we had a good March run, and there's a lot of ups and downs through the season, lots of losing streaks that I've never been a part of. Like I've never lost 3 straight games before, so there's definitely tough moments and hard moments, very low moments, but I think that was what was so special about this group is we stuck together during those times.
Bennett, before we continue into like obviously life and perspective and things like that, what would you say is like the biggest lesson Coach Mack has taught you throughout your college playing career?
Probably just it's bigger than yourself, and the ball is going to stop bouncing one day. Those are the things he's instilled in me and everyone that has played for him. So I think those probably be the biggest 2 things.
Definitely. And, I kind of like that asked at the D2 level, looking back on your season with Iowa this year, did you have a most memorable moment or a moment that stuck out to you throughout the year?
Probably the Florida buzzer beater. I just think seeing that shot go in, it was it was a road game. I bet like 90% of the arena was Florida fans because it was in Tampa. Um, so just seeing that. Another one fun memory from that game was Alvaro Forguero's going down with that dude and kind of starting to fight, and just seeing Mac just get into it and want to pick a fight with Todd Golden. So
Yeah.
that game was super fun. Never forget that game.
Man, bro, that was like trending on Twitter, Coach Matt.
Funny story. He said in scout the night before, he's like, "I'm gonna pick a fight with that dude. Y'all better come with me." So he's a man of his word, man.
That's funny, bro. Who actually started it though? Was it Coach Mack or was it the other? Because it looked like in the clip, they call. I don't know if it was like a tech. They're like reviewing something, and all you see is Todd Golden just start like yelling something. I don't know
It
how.
was Todd. Yeah, Todd yelled at him first.
But Mac wasn't ready to back down though. He stood
Wasn't
on
bro.
it. He
He
stood
back
on
down.
it.
Yeah.
Man, you touched on road game, and I'm glad you said that because I had a question for you here before we transition. So being that you play, obviously Division 2, Division 1, things like that, what would you say is more difficult environment? Washburn on Saturday or Nebraska on Monday?
Probably Washburn. Shout out MIAA. Shout out the Ichapods. I never played in their new renovated arena,
Yeah.
but I'm a show some D2 love.
Man, bro, Lee Arena on a Saturday is gonna be jumping against Northwest.
You're gonna go crack a little bit. Come on.
You know what might be harder is like Northeastern on a Thursday night.
Oh,
That might be
the
I think
Northeastern Rogers trip is
Rogers.
oh
You're
my
in a
God.
rodeo,
That Northeastern Rogers trip is always, bro.
man.
We
That's
never
it.
had good luck at Rogers or Northeastern. That was always
That's a tough trip.
No, it is 100%.
like you said, bro. The barn at Rogers.
Bar, man. Never
I'm
forget.
having nightmares right now thinking about it, dude. That's goodness.
So, bro, trying kind of transitioning into, from your time at Iowa, what's the biggest thing right now that you feel like, in your 22 years of living so far and, past season at Iowa, what have you learned about yourself in the last little bit?
Probably just leaning on my faith. I think this is a super tough year. Um, had a lot of pressure, a lot of eyes on me, a lot of big platform. So I think me leaning on my faith and me growing in that aspect of life, I think that was probably the biggest thing.
Yeah. 100%. Kind of to piggyback off of that question, like with your faith personally, when do you feel like that was something in you that really started to root up, that relationship with Christ really started to build in you and things like that, and you started to build with Christ?
Yeah, my freshman year of college, I was super comfortable in high school and never really got challenged in my faith, so I never really needed to rely on God. And then left for college and really missed my family because I was super close with them. Really missed my girlfriend at the time, and was super lonely. Never really had anywhere to go. So I just remember me being in the Word like hour, 2 hours a day, and that's really when I started growing a lot. And then found a good Bible study and community with that, and just got in touch with a really great group of guys, and they really helped me in my faith. So that's really where it started.
For sure, bro. And now that you just got done playing, you mentioned you took a week off, and you're back to it. What's kind of this off season going to look like for you as you prepare to go play basketball at the professional level?
Yeah, so I had the option to go train in Chicago with my agency, just do that pre-draft process there. So I was just deciding this week during Easter what I wanted to do, and I'm gonna stay in Iowa City and train um, for 5 6 weeks until the combine. So I'll just do that and work out as much as I can, um, lift as much as I can, and just get ready for these team workouts and just see where I'm going to be living next year. That's probably the weirdest thing. Like you just have no clue what team's going to draft you. So just being ready for that.
We'll be tuned in, man, when the name is called.
My bad, I was gonna
No, I was just telling we'll be tuned in when the name is called, man.
definitely. And just to follow up on it, bro, just to look back, on your basketball journey. You talked about you started playing. You played AU for 2 years, and now you're looking at yourself preparing for the NBA draft combine. Is this crazy to like think, well, like for picturing yourself in high school, thinking about this is what you're gonna be preparing for after you get done playing in college?
Yeah, it's honestly insane because I like never pictured it, never imagined it because it was obviously a dream when you were a little kid, but like you never believed it that was going to happen. So um, really, I only started thinking about it last year. So just looking back, thinking what I would have thought as a high school kid that you're here now is yeah, it's pretty insane.
Bennett, man, I don't want to dig too much into your personal life here, man, but like, you're an engaged man. You're I don't want to put it all out there, man, but
No, we can't.
you're taking steps in the right direction as
Yeah,
a man with his lady, man. So one, want to give you congratulations for that. But what is this? Hey,
It's nice, bro. Congrats, dog. Congrats.
appreciate it.
what is this process, that side of your life? What has this process taught you about yourself and obviously about like, commitment to relationships and things like that?
Yeah, I think it's great. Obviously, if you surround yourself with the right girl and you're picky, just like the college you pick, and you're picky with your girl, um, I think it's great and it makes you a better person. But yeah, Tegan's the best, and just love hanging out with her and love being with her, and she pushes me in life and my faith. So yeah, super excited for our next step, and we get married in July. So this summer is going to be pretty crazy with all the draft and stuff, and then wedding. So she's been great with just playing in the wedding and letting me focus on the season and what's to come. But yeah, super excited for it.
100%.
Where you getting married at, bro? You doing a destination wedding or staying
We
local?
are.
Really?
Yeah, destination.
Nice.
Well, it's a destination wedding, but it's in the middle of nowhere in Arkansas. So I don't know
Okay.
if you know that. But yeah, family only and just small wedding and should be super fun.
Man, that's gonna
It's
be fun,
gonna
bro. It'll be a good experience. Well, you got the date on that? Is it coming up soon, or is it gonna be after all the draft stuff?
Yeah, so I'll have a week off after the summer league, and then we'll get married. So July 31st.
That's
It'll be a
insane.
busy summer.
So that's unreal, bro. How
Sick.
cool is that? Man, gotta ask if you have one piece of advice for any young men out there trying to balance relationship, purpose, personal growth, things like that. What would that piece of advice be?
I would say be patient in the waiting. I think God makes you suffer and it makes you stronger. So I really think um, just being patient and just waiting for what's to come and really growing in yourself and just being a better person individually so you can be a better person for someone else or just make the world a better place.
Definitely. And I think this is a good time to eat. Should we transition to Bennett in a minute? It
Man, let's
rhymes
do
a
it.
little bit. It rhymes a little bit.
Let's do
Hey,
it.
real quick, Bennett. That was encouraging, bro. For real. Like that. Obviously, where I'm at in my relationship, things like that. Like that. I didn't want to breeze past that, bro. That really did encourage me for real.
Sure. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. We got Bennett in a minute. You know what I'm saying? We trying to do something new here on Easy Convo. Bring some more lively segments to the conversation. Um, and what we're gonna do is we're going to take a minute with Bennett and ask him some questions. So we got 10.
A little bit. Does you think that rhymes a little bit?
No, I could. No. You did your thing. You
Nice,
did your thing.
nice
You did
little
your thing.
into it.
Um, we got 10 questions here for you, Bennett, like we talked about. And you got a minute to cook. Zayd, you got the clock or how you want to do this?
Yeah, I'll start the timer whenever you're ready.
I'm sweating. I'm ready to go though.
Come on,
All right,
bro.
go.
Gotta
Here
do
we
it.
go.
All
We'll
right.
count it down in 3, 2, 1. Go to pregame meal.
Chicken and rice.
Pregame song.
Highlands by Benjamin William Hastings.
If you didn't play basketball, what would you be doing?
Lawnmower. Business.
Who in your career is the hardest player you've had to guard?
VJ Edgecombe.
Hmm. What is the most old man thing you do at the age of 22?
I go to bed early.
That's a good thing.
Hardest workout that you've been a part of?
It's about to be this pre-draft workout with Coach Mack.
I love it. One word that you would have to describe your game?
Simple.
Go-to Bible verse that always hits home.
Galatians 1:10.
I love that one. One piece of advice you'd give your younger self?
Believe in yourself.
And then last one, we can take a little bit longer on this one. One thing that God has taught you this year and one thing he's teaching you right now.
To not be ashamed with the platform you have, and just try and make disciples of all nations. What was the second part of the question?
What is one thing he's teaching you now?
Be patient in the waiting.
Dang. We got a time on that?
We went a little over. We got
120.
but no, that was good, bro. Those were some good answers.
There we go.
You were on your game on that one. You're on your game.
Happy enough for the Bennett in a minute. We appreciate you for that one. Man, we talked about this a little bit earlier, man, and I don't know, bro. Like me and Zay been trying to like really pick this question apart for like the last 2 weeks here, and like I just don't know. It's such a layered question, I feel like, and I don't want to keep building the anticipation, but I'm gonna just ask you straight up, bro. If you see a turtle and it doesn't have a shell, is the turtle homeless or is he naked?
Where can I ask a question first?
100%. 100%.
Where does like a turtle where does it sleep? Does it have a home? Can you answer that? Like,
See, and that's not crazy you said that because that was my question to Zayd. I said, do turtles have habitats? Do they have,
okay, I got a question. All right, I got an answer to that.
Okay.
I think it's naked. Because have you guys ever watched Over the Hedge?
Yes.
It's a great movie. Top 3 movie. The turtle in that loses its shell and it acts like it's naked. So that's my answer.
I like the callback to that. I like the callback to that. I heard it here first. If you see a turtle without a shell, get the turtle some clothes, man.
Yeah.
100%. And I agree with that one, bro. It's got a habitat, you know. It's got places
Yeah.
to sleep and stuff. It's just naked. That's all it is.
That's all it is. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Before we wrap up, man, you know, like one more question for you. You know, what's one thing you want people to take away from your story, whether they're hoopers, young men, or just people trying to grow?
Man, it's a great question. I think it doesn't matter what platform you have as a young man. I think the whole goal in life is to make disciples of all nations. That's what we're called to do. So I think as a young man standpoint, just lean on God and trust in Him and His plan. As a basketball player, I think you gotta just have confidence in yourself, but not have too much confidence. Meaning, like, you gotta keep your head down and stay working and just try and prove yourself. So I think those are the two answers for that.
W.
Well, bro, you got anything else? Close it out.
I'm all wiped on questions and things like that. Bennett, obviously, you know, we appreciate your time, man. Appreciate you for coming on to the Easy Convo, man, and just enlightening us on your journey, enlightening us on your perspective on life, man. And it's been a good time, man. We really appreciate it.
Sir, appreciate you guys. Great time.
Man, it was a good one, bro. We appreciate it. You know, best of luck to you, you know, on your journey going forward. You know, you're representing all us D2 Warriors. So, you know, keep it going, bro. We love what you're doing out there. And KC.
Underrated, man.
Hold on. You're representing KC, Bennett. You know, KC. Zayd.
Yeah. The Missouri side.
You know where you from.
Yeah.
But nah, Zay, go ahead, bro. Hit the home run, man.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you. You know, for everyone listening, make sure you like, comment, share. Bennett, bro, we hope this was an easy conversation for you. And for everyone listening, we'll be back next time.